When I start shooting, all y'all gonna clear out.
Update 1.11 is widely considered by everyone to be one of the best updates and the update that Tekken 8 desperately needed. You know, I, myself, and a lot of people talk a lot of trash about this game, but when it does something right, it does something right. And this update is definitely something to celebrate. And it's a positive step in the right direction. I think this is definitely what Tekken 8 need, and they need more of these. Whether it be a small W or a big W, over time, these will add up, just like over time, all the L's added up. Now that we're getting some good updates, they're getting some good stuff in there. This will turn the frowns upside down. Before we talk about all of the great things, I do want to talk about one thing that did happen because of this update. Update 1.11 broke a bunch of mods. Tekken 8 had this little controversy with mods probably like a year and a half ago, maybe 11 months ago, 10 months ago, where they tried to, one, attack individual mod creators. Two, people lost their channels. It's gone. If they create a new channel, YouTube will take them down because you can't recreate a channel. So that's pretty crazy, right? That's one thing. But then two, they then also went after the website where all of these mods is uploaded for download. And then three, the reason why they did all of that is because they felt it will compete with their shop. Now, at the height of all of that, a lot of people started to speak up and push back, and the developers, they never really said anything about mods, no apology, no nothing, but they kind of remained hands off. Now, here we are almost a year later, and then this update breaks a bunch of mods. I counted roughly like about 50, and there's some people who was wondering like whether or not this is intentional or this is unintentional. Now, I can't say that this is intentional. I think there's not enough evidence to suggest that. I think that maybe whatever they did for because they did this update was a lot of stuff for customization. So maybe all of the stuff that they did for customization, where they tweak the data, the numbers, make it fit to the main mini screen, maybe that just unintentionally broke the mods. And there's a subreddit who was trying to figure out how many mods is exactly broken. And as you can see here, I have that Google Doc, and you can see the ones that are green are ones that worked. The ones that says fixed were ones that was broken and is now fixed. There's a few of those. But then you can see the ones that says red, it's broken. And there's ones that's like kind of light red where it half works. So maybe this is one where it's like a top bottom hairpiece, and maybe one of those things are broken, right? So you can just see how many different ones that has been affected by this. And the modders are, you know, of these individual mods are trying to fix them, because as you can see here, there's a name. You can see Uman, you can see Fine Mod, some very notable names here, all trying to work to fix their mods. So that's the one thing that kind of went wrong in this update, but I really don't blame the developers for that. It's unintentional, right? This customization thing that they did was really incredible, and you can even see someone here says my top favorite custom character menus is really dope. Harada says good. And what I love about this is the developers did a bunch of small things that will take us even more time to realize. Like, you have this person here who was complaining a little bit about the visuals of Tekken 8. This is something small that you wouldn't even know is there, but this person was able to realize it. It says the new version of Tekken 8 feels very wrong, especially on the eyeball and lighting position, isn't it? I like the previous version from the point of view what happens with visual tech team. And then they use the hashtag Tekken 8 report. We don't hear much about this hashtag anymore, but the developers still want you to use that if there is some kind of issue. And as you can see, this was done in December, so this is when Clive released, and then they recently fixed it. They fixed what this person was complaining about in this update, and that just shows you like how much they're actually paying attention to all of the different type of criticisms, not just balancing, but anything that you see that's wrong or is a little bit off. It's worth using a hashtag or just speaking up, because the chances of the developers hearing it and then making real adjustments to the game is crazy. Now, I really can't tell like truly what's the difference here. Maybe you can, but it's good that the developers took note of what this person was saying and addressed it. For this battle pass, and I hope future battle passes, but let's just focus on this one for now, there's a total of 60 levels, but there's also 60 bonus levels. So in total, it's 120. When you go to the battle pass section, you will only see level 65. But once you achieve that, then it will continue and it will go to 70, 80, 90, all the way to 120. And I am currently at that threshold unlocking these. So you unlock these things that your character could throw in the air and it lights up. I am currently unlocking these and it doesn't take that long. You know how like the farther in the battle pass you get, the slower your progression is? That's kind of the reverse here, where once you play a couple of matches, you will unlock these bonus levels really fast. So that's something that I wanted to highlight as well, because a lot of people may not know how many levels there actually is, and they may think that it's only like 60 or even 65. So definitely try to get all the way to 120. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot, considering how much more points they give you once you are in that bonus stage area. So just make sure you're getting your full money's worth when it comes to the battle pass. The next thing that I want to mention is this. It says, additionally, we've banned Tekken accounts that were involved in malicious and unauthorized activities, including intentional disconnects, that's plugging, and then cheating, inappropriate customization, player names, and chat messages. When you talk about Clive though, Hybuff Gigas has this breakdown of everything that Clive can do, and I'll just let this play on repeat for a while I talk about Clive. But this character, so some people said that he didn't need the nerfs. It was a lot of gaslighting. You get a lot of that with Tekken. With Tekken, a lot of people play a character and they will say anything and everything to defend that character from being nerfed. And so with Clive, a lot of people say that he doesn't need the nerfs, he's not broken, he's not OP. But then here come the developers to slap this guy with a lot of buffs. They're making his forward 1+2 more punishable, his parry on whiff more punishable. They're just doing things to try to reduce what this guy can do. They should never release a character that's so powerful to where people hate playing the game. You should release a character that's fun to play, that's cool to play, but not a character that is just so obnoxious to where people want to run from the game. I will never forget when Eris said, when Leroy came out, he said either you like playing Leroy or you don't like playing the game. And I feel like Clive was kind of the same thing, where you like playing Clive or you don't like playing the game. And they should never release a character that powerful to where you dislike playing the game when that character is in full effect. Now there is a tournament, a massive tournament that's coming up, I believe tomorrow or the day after this. Harada and Nikatsu will both be there watching the event. I don't think they will do anything reveal related. That's why they probably did not bring Michael Murray. When you see all three, you know it's game time. When you see two of them, they're probably just there to show support. But the fact that they did bring this update days before this massive tournament is supposed to take place, I don't think this will have too much of a impact on the tournament itself. Yes, a lot of people were practicing Clive, but also a lot of people had a lot of experience already with their other characters. So if someone was maining Clive, they probably would just default back to whatever character we were playing 2 weeks ago. So I was talking about Bleach being the final character. This was just a theory I was throwing around. We're all throwing out our theories and whatnot, trying to solve Harada's riddle. But this tweet kind of went viral. Someone said, Ichigo being a Tekken fan is so real. Now, Harada responded to this and says, I think it was around the time of Tekken 6. This resurfaced and went viral around the Tekken 8. We thought it was marketing for Tekken 8, but Harada is saying here that this was actually for Tekken 6. So it kind of just speaks to how, one, deep-rooted those connections are, but then two, how like sometimes something can resurface and it can confuse us. We think it's current, we think it's now, and then we run with it. Another thing that I want to say about this too, someone else asked Harada this, and they say Onizuka first. Now, I'm not too familiar with what this anime is. Maybe you guys can comment down below and tell me how iconic it is. But they have this character that looks like Heihachi doing an arm wrestle with someone else. Looks like martial law. And it says left up, down, down, down. What is that? Is he doing inputs? Harada responds to this and says, you guys know a lot about Japanese manga. I'll end off the video with this. I wonder if Harada